Okay, we're recording.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys. I'm Brienne,
I'm Leah.
and we wanted to talk to you guys tonight. Leah and I have been getting a lot of questions from you guys about getting distributors. Messaging distributors, where we find them, how they find us. And so we just wanted to take a few minutes tonight and give you guys a few of our tips on how we have been doing it. I've been doing this for about 3-ish years. Leah, you're at like 2.5?
Stop doing your highlighter lid. It's making a noise.
Oh,
Yeah, 2.5 years, about a little bit over that.
okay. I'm going to set it down. Hands free. Anyways, we have learned a lot in that time on things that work and on things that definitely do not work. So we just want to go over a couple things with you. The first thing that we wanted to touch on tonight is that you guys are all a part of a network marketing company. And so what that means is you have to network. I get lots of people who start off, Leah can attest to this, they don't want to post on Facebook.
Yeah, I did not want to post on Facebook. I was like, okay, I'll join. But I didn't really have a good reason. I just cared what people thought about me. I thought they would judge me. I didn't want to post any bellies or before and afters. I thought that was definitely not cool. But over time, I got over myself. I learned that there's a good way to do it, and it helps people because when they see the results, they realize they want to try their apps too, and they're so excited when they see their results. So it's all good in the end. Posting on Facebook is just sharing what we got, and we got something pretty awesome. So don't be afraid to post a lot on Facebook.
And Facebook is really like my window to the world. I left the house one time today, and that was to get Dairy Queen. And yet I sat this morning and I messaged my heart out for, like an hour. I sat there and I was in bed with my kids and we're jumbled up doing different stuff, but I sat there and messaged. Now, I would not have contacted that many people had I gone out in the world today. I might have talked to a couple. So Facebook is really my way of meeting new people. I have friends from all over the world that I met through Facebook, and now we Skype and things like that. But for a long time, Facebook was the only relationship. But you get to feel like you know them because you get to see their posts, their families, their friends, the things that they're doing. So Facebook and Instagram are the only ones that we can really attest to. But they are probably the biggest resource that you had. If they took Facebook away from you tomorrow, like if somebody said you can never use Facebook again, I would be like, I don't know what to do now. Like I would be lost. So it is a huge tool. So make sure that you are definitely utilizing it to the best of your abilities.
And we're lucky to have it because 10 years ago, when people were in It Works and they were sharing their app, they did not have Facebook as a tool. So we need to be grateful for it and use it to its full potential because it is amazing and it is our window to the world to do business. So it's kind of turning from your social tool to catch up with people from high school into your business tool. And it's so much more worth it as a business tool. It's going to pay you money. So treat it like that, and then you will go far. So I think the first thing we wanted to talk about or touch on that we kind of already did, but when we start It Works, before we start a business, most of us are already on Facebook. We have a network on Facebook, and that might be 200 to 500 friends or, whoever you just already actually know. And those are all your potentials, definitely. And, we encourage you to reach out to those people, but you want to always be adding and expanding to that number, to your Facebook friends and the people that are can see your posts and the people that you are messaging. So there's good ways to go about that. So we'll touch on that, and then we'll touch on reaching out to those people individually. So
for starters, all of those people that you like know from high school or that you knew from college, but you're not friends with them, like you didn't really know them, so you haven't sent them that friend request because you see them on your suggested list all the time, do it. You know them already. You have some kind of relationship, whether it not be a great one with them. But this is a way to, rekindle whatever, even little bit that you had. I've had people that, I'm Facebook friends with that I hadn't talked to in years that have signed up as distributors. So, you can't count anyone out. So definitely, go through and add those people where you're like, like a maybe. Definitely add all of those people first.
Yeah, and people you have multiple mutual friends with, and that's going to be people that went to your high school. Add your significant other's friends, or at least be tagging them. So their friends list is also now part of your network. Your family's friends, like if you have a sister, like add all their friends on Facebook. Like that's such an easy way to start, just expanding your circles based on people you do kind of know from real life, but they're not seeing any of your posts. So they're going to sign up with somebody. They're going to find someone in their network to try the wraps, to try Fat Fighters or whatever, because they're going to get intrigued. So you want that person to be you, somebody that they're like, oh yeah, so-and-so's sister sells that, let me message her. But they're not going to know you sell until you become friends with them on Facebook and they're seeing your posts. So I think, and we're also going to get into adding people that you don't really know. But as far as just adding friends on Facebook, that's something that you can make a part of your daily routine. And, whether that's in the morning or at night, if you just go, and that's an easy 5 to 10 minutes, just add 10 to 20 people. Facebook will show you suggested friends. Just click on that and friend them. And if they message you and say, oh, how do we know each other, or do I know you?
I got one of those earlier.
Just be honest and be like, oh, we have so-and-so as our mutual friend. How do you know her? Or I just, I saw you and I thought, I don't know.
I always say, like, especially
it depends on how you found them.
It depends on how you found them. Sometimes, like, I like to join groups sometimes. And like I'll join a mom's group somewhere in the Facebook world. And it'll have, like, let's say it has 900 people in that group. And I'll send them friend requests periodically. Well, then they message me and they say, hey, do I know you? And I'll say, I always love connecting with other moms. I saw you on my suggested friends list, whether that's true or not. I just wanted to reach out to you, or something like that. But find something that you have in common. I mean, go to their Facebook page, look. But I don't know if you said this, but adding a good 15 to 20 new people a day is good practice.
Yeah, it's just like Instagram. If you have an Instagram, we teach to follow. Some of those people are going to follow you back. So it's the same thing. Not all of these people are going to accept your friend request, and that's okay. You don't need to worry about each one. Just make it a numbers game and try to add some new friends to your list. So
now, I know what some of you are thinking, and that is that you don't want all these strangers to see pictures of your kids or to be on your Facebook. We have talked some in the past about making Facebook lists. This is also a really good practice. Any person that you add or that you consider a potential distributor, you can actually create a list on Facebook. If you hover over where it says friends, there's a drop down and it'll say add to new list. You can click on that. You can put all these people in a potential distributor. You can do the same thing with your family. You can do the same thing with your loyal customers. I'm getting ready to set up a loyal customer list. I can't believe I haven't thought to do that yet. Set up a list just for your current loyal customers. You can set up a list for your potential loyal customers. And you can have people in multiple lists too. So that's going to be the easiest way to kind of segregate your messages a bit. That being said, these people need to see that you are a real person. So if you're out there posting like that, you're a stay-at-home mom and that you are looking for other stay-at-home moms and things, you need to be showing about your life. You need to be doing lifestyle posts about your family, about what you're doing. I have a hashtag that I use. And to be honest, it's kind of our highlight reel of things that we have going on in our life, but I'll hashtag Burtness Family Adventure on things. And then I use it on my personal page. I use it on my business page. I use it on Instagram. That way people, when they go and they click on that, they can go and see. And I have my business worked in there, but really it's about the fun that we're having as a family that this business has allowed us to get to do. Our stay-at-home family, and if we're doing vacations or if we're at the library or something like that, I kind of have that for my highlight reel.
And I just thought of something that I was going to say, and I forgot it.
And then she forgot, guys. Okay, so that is how you're going to expand your network. That is how you can expand it on Facebook world. You want to be still reaching out to people in your real life. There's nothing more fun than having someone that you can actually work with in your everyday life. That you can have parties with, that you can get together with and do meetings and things like that. So make sure that you're still actively trying to meet people in the real world. Don't skip out on that aspect, but Facebook is going to give you so much more volume in people that you can reach. So what do we do once we got them? This is what I've been getting the most questions.
Oh, wow. I know what I was going to say.
Yes.
I remembered. Because when you said you have that like a hashtag that's the same throughout, like if you have a business page or if you have an Instagram, it is good to try to make those similar. And what I was thinking of is your profile picture. It's really, really important for your profile picture to be of your face, of you.
I agree.
Don't make it an It Works.
Don't make it of your kids.
Don't make it of your kids. If your kids are in it, that's okay, but make it mostly your face so that people can connect with you. And if they found you on Instagram and then you're like, friend me on Facebook, they know for certain it's the same person.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be you, a personal connection. You don't want them to see your profile and be like, It Works. Whoa, green. What is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's you, so I just don't like when I see profile pictures of not a person.
And one good tip that I did see about, or I did listen on a call that I was just on, was she send all of your friend requests at nighttime, and then in the morning is when they're going to get around to accepting it. First thing in the morning, don't let it be black, green, and bling that they see. Let it be something motivational. Let it be something that's like good morning world, like happy and uplifting. Because if they come to your page and if the first thing is like a belly shot after they sent you a friend request, they want to know that you're a real person. They want to know that you're not just friending them because it's business. This is all about relationships. So we have to keep that in mind. Another thing is going to be interacting with them personally. Before we move on to messaging, make sure that you are going through your news feeds and you are commenting on potentials posts. Don't spend your day commenting on 100 distributor posts, because then Facebook's going to be like, oh, she loves It Works. They're going to continue to put that back into your news feed. You want to see your potentials. So, people that the more you interact with them, the more they're going to see your stuff. So make sure that you're spending your time commenting, liking on any of the people that you want to target.
Like if you were to make a post on Facebook that the intention of the post was to draw people into what you do, and it's not necessarily, I'm looking for distributors to join my team. You know, it could be like, oh my gosh, I love what I do. I got to go to the park this afternoon. But your intention in your mind is to give somebody a feeling of, I want to be able to go to the park in the afternoon. What does she do? Like, how come she doesn't have a job? Like, so if you were to do a post like that, and in your mind, that's your intention, then you go to your potential distributor list, which you have made, and then you click like and comment on all their stuff, then that post that you intended for them to see, they're going to see it. Versus otherwise, a post gets lost in the mix so fast. Like I heard, you have a minute and a half for people to see your post. And if the only people seeing it are your team or other It Works distributors, that's not the intention. So, I mean, I am all about like following other distributors and getting ideas from them and being inspired by them. But if that's literally your whole newsfeed, then you're doing it wrong. And so you might need to cut back on that and unfollow some of them, or have them only in a list so that you can go to that list at certain times. So when you unfollow somebody, I didn't know this. So when you unfollow somebody, like if you're going through your main newsfeed and you unfollow, but they're in a list, they're still going to show up in the list. So I didn't know that, but I figured it out. So like, say you want to follow all the ambassadors of It Works to see what they're doing, which wouldn't be a bad idea. If you put them in a list, like It Works people, and then but in your main feed, you unfollow them, or you go to their profile and you click unfollow, they're not going to show up in your main feed, but if you were to click on that list, they're going to be there for you to see. And they're going to always be there as your friend or somebody you can just type in and go to their page.
Okay, so lists, great idea. Don't be afraid to do more than one. Do a business one that you put your team on. Do a friends one. Do a potentials one. Do a family one. That way you can target people that
it's going to take a while to set that up. Don't feel like you have to like sit down and organize it all in one chunk of time. Like as time goes on, you can be like, oh, this person should go in this list, and you can build that up over time. It's kind of time consuming, so don't sit down and do it all at once.
Right.
And for like the logistics on how to do that, I do have a YouTube video, so we can share that too.
Yep.
Exactly how to do that.
Okay, so let's get to messaging. For starters, if let's say you did a post about finding, you were looking for distributors today, okay? And at the bottom of that post, it said, comment interested for more information. I don't do a lot of posts like that, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm just straight and direct and to the point. I really believe in lifestyle posting, but sometimes I'll put that out there. So let's say you've got somebody that commented interested. You've got a lot of new people on your feed, people that you don't know. You're going to send them a message and be like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're interested in making some extra money. You've been doing this for however long. Have you heard much about It Works or tried our crazy wraps before? Notice I ended that on a question. You always want to give them a reason to write back to you. You always want to leave it open-ended no matter what message you're doing, because if you close it, that's the end of the conversation. If it is a paragraph that ends with a period, like, you're not going to get a response to that because there's nothing for them to respond to. So I like to just
like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to. But I like to consider my messaging as dropping breadcrumbs, like little bit by little bit. You give them a little bit of info, but not enough, so that way they can read it all and be like, nope, not interested. or that was too much information. You want to just give them just enough so that way they're intrigued enough to ask about more, because that's dialogue. That's how you build relationships. That's how you can show them that you are a person, and you can, because they're going to be like, no, I've never heard about this, but I know somebody who used them and I've always wanted to, or whatever. And then you can reply back with, oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad, you're already familiar. Let me just give you a brief overview. Give them a brief overview of their apps. Nothing too wordy. They tighten, tone, and firm. You can see results in 45 minutes. It's like a nice little spa treatment, like whatever you want to say, but keep it concise. And then we have opportunity videos that a lot of the leaderships on our team has done. I always offer to send them a video on the opportunity. And I always, again, leave that open, and I say, what do I say?
Would you have a few minutes to check it out?
Yeah, I say, if I sent it your way, would you have a few minutes to check it out? They reply, they're always going to say yes. They're never going to be like, nope. They're always going to say yes. And then you can send it to them. Great. Here's the video. It's going to go over the business. Either message me back with any questions, or I'll check in with you soon, or whatever you want to say. You got them to agree to watching your video. So when you do your follow-up, the precedent has already set that they're going to have done what you asked them to do. Find a video that you like. We have one. We'll post it in the thread with this video when we put this up. But you want to find a short one, like 10 minutes, nothing too long. If you find something that's like an hour or 30 minutes, they're never going to watch it. And then after that, if I make it through my first 3 or 4 messages, guys, these messages are all the same. These messages are pretty much copy paste every single time, because I need to be able to do it on the go. I need to be able to do it really quick when I'm in the car or when I'm at the park or something. So it's pretty similar. I just change a couple things every single time. But after that, though, if I can get them talking after that, that's when I give them myself. That's when we get to know each other. That's when we find out what's going on. That's when we can find out objections. That's when I can learn about them. I'm always going to their Facebook. I'm always looking through their stuff to see what's going on in their life. Oh, hey, I saw it's your son's birthday. I'm always commenting, and I'm bringing that in.
So I feel like a lot of times you'll send them the video, and they'll be be excited about it. Yeah, I'm interested. I want to watch it. I have time right now. And you're like, okay, great. Here it is. And then they don't respond after that. So a couple days later, I will always go back and be like, hey, what questions did you have? After watching that information, I would really love to chat more with you about this. So you're asking a question, and you're asking them, what question did you have after watching that? You're assuming they watched it. Like Brianne said, they already said they were going to. So you don't need to say, did you have a chance to watch that? That's not coming from a position of them saying what they already said. So, and then sometimes they won't respond to that message. And so we follow up again. So it's never you have, I used to view it as you have a one shot. You have a one-shot message to this person, and they're going to say yes or no. And that's why I made the mistake, like a lot of people do in the beginning. I wanted to include everything. I wanted to tell them, it's so awesome, and you can make all this money, and it's the best timing. And I wanted to make sure they knew everything so that they would say yes. But that's not how it works. It's people thinking about it over time and then forgetting about it, and then being like, oh, yeah, I want to do that. And then being like, I don't have money right now. And then they decide they want to be a stay-at-home mom, or something happens in their life. And that's why we say it's a relationship business, and you're creating these relationships with people, and it's about follow-up. So,
and you're going to have a lot of people that see that you can get on there, or you're like, yes, I can't wait. I'm so excited. And you're sitting there watching your phone, for seen at, blah, blah, blah. Number one, stop doing that.
Yeah.
I used to do that man, I used to stalk my phone. Like every message I sent, I'd be going back and being like, have they read it? Have they read it? Stop doing that. Because here's the thing. If they might read it and they might not respond. And guess what? That's okay. Because then I always send something like, hey, I saw you read my message. I just wanted to check in and see if you had any questions about it. Guys, if they're anything like me, I am like hot mess express most days, and I will read messages and then I will never think of them again. So I always try and make sure I'm reading my personal messages, like when I'm at home and I have time to sit down and answer them. But if they're like working with their kids, or if they're at work, or if they are busy driving, anything like
you're just like, what is that message? And then you're driving, so you can't respond.
They forget. And I mean, I know this. I do it all the time. So I have to make a conscious effort to not do that. But as people who aren't working a business, they just forget. So don't be afraid to follow up and be like, hey, I saw that you saw my message. Just wanted to check in and see if you had any questions. I would love to go over a couple more things with you. And that way pull them back in. But don't be like, oh, they saw it and I'm never going to message them again.
Yeah.
Because
exactly. So it's like they stay on your list. And honestly, I don't, like Brienne said that she sat in bed and like pumped out a bunch of messages. Like I don't have 5 people who I'm like, they're going to be perfect at this. I can't wait till they sign up. Like that's why we say make a hundreds list. Like I have just people on a list, or even just, I haven't even written them down because I don't think they're that serious about it, but I've messaged them on Facebook. So the message thread is there. So a lot of times I'll just go back to like July 15th and start from there and just do some of these copy paste messages that we use for follow-ups. Like, hey, how's it going? I wanted to check in. I want to see if you thought any more about this. I was thinking about you. Like anything to just touch base again and then ask a question. And if they haven't given you themselves yet, like nothing to connect with, just copy paste, like just make a bunch of connections with people. And just sit down and do like hammer those out every day, and you'll be amazed at what you can generate with that as far as leads and people who are going to sign up with you.
I like to spend like 30 minutes in the morning working my business. If that means that you get up 30 minutes before your kids are awake, if you get up 30 minutes before you have to go to work in the morning, whatever that means to you, I like to spend like about 30 minutes going through and setting myself up for the whole day. So if I know I'm not going to be able to work my business in the middle of the day, like the bulk of the day, because that's when my kids are awake, I want to have business to work at nighttime. So I make sure that I'm getting up and I'm doing a little bit first thing in the morning. That way I am able to do follow-ups and message people back and things like that later in the day, during nap times or whatever. So I would definitely try and incorporate something like that, whatever that means. I know that I've had teachers that say like they would get to school 10 minutes early and then they would sit in the parking lot and message for 10 minutes before they needed to walk in the building. So whatever that looks like for you, I would just figure that out and put that into your schedule every single day and be consistent about it.
Yeah. And another thing I was just thinking of that people might be wondering is, once you do get past that initial, like the copy paste, the video, when they start to ask questions and you're not sure of a response, I think that the best thing you can do is just like trial and error. Like think of just speak from the heart. Like it's not a one shot. They're going to say yes or no. Like, if they ask a question like, I don't even know, like, is it really possible to make money with this? Like, just speak from the heart, like, and speak as yourself. People can read through if you're being genuine or if you are being like a robot, or you know what I mean? Like, some people are robots, and that's okay. Would just be like, yeah, girl, oh my gosh, you can totally make money with this. Like, there's bonuses. It's awesome. I know you're really going to love it. There's really no risk. Like, a lot of times I will find myself like convincing themselves to give it a try. Like, I'm not selling it, but I'm like, I know you're gonna love it. It's awesome. And worst case scenario, like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you try to wrap yourself and no big deal. Like, and they're like, oh yeah, that's true. Like,
one
it's
thing
not a tilt. It's trying something out. It's trying it and seeing, and people want to try the wraps anyway. And like, it doesn't have to be, you're starting a business and it's like such a big deal. It's just like, yeah, like, try the wraps and you can make money with it too. It's awesome. Like, I did it and it's fun and you can make money. Like, I don't know.
Don't make it a bigger deal.
You get
one thing that I do, when you go into any of these situations and you do get people asking you, like, can you make money? Do you think this is something I'll be successful at? I don't want to fail, things like that. Somebody has to be confident in that relationship. It's not going to be the new person. It has got to be you. Whether you feel confident, whether confident, whether it's your first day.
Confident or confident.
What? Whether you feel confident, whether it's your first day or whether you've been doing this for 3 years, you need to be the one that knows that this business can work. So just explain to them, like, and I even say, like, I am confident if you're ready to get to work that I can help you make money in this. Like, if you are ready, I let them know, like, I don't ever tell anybody, like, oh my gosh, in the beginning, I used to say, like, this is the easiest thing I've ever done, which is true, but easy to me may not be easy to someone else, because it's still work. You know, like, I'm working in bed. Like, that's easy to me. But if you say easy to someone else, they're going to think, like, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to make $500 in my first month and I'm just going to post on Facebook. You're going to have to do a little bit more than that. So I don't use those words, but I let them know, like, we're going to get to work and we're going to do this. And I'm going to show you exactly how, and I'm going to make sure you have all the training that you need. And I'm going to make sure you have all the resources that you need. But
I said alone, like, I mean, I say that to people, like, you're never alone in this. And a lot of times they're like, oh, thank you. Like, that makes me feel better. Like, I don't know how other companies operate because I've never done any of them, but I think a lot of times it's literally like, sign up and push you to the world. And I think if they have done anything else, they might be apprehensive about that.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. This struggle is real, guys. It was good too. Shoot. But yeah, make sure that you are making them feel secure in their decision to go forward and do this. Set the expectation. That's what I was going to say. Set the expectation on like the amount of work that's involved. Like, I do work this in my spare time. I'm working this 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes in the morning after my kids go to bed. Like, that's when I'm working my business. But set the expectation that they're going to have to post on Facebook more than one time. They're going to have to talk to more than 4 people to be building to the top of this company. Yeah. So I always make sure that
and it's like, it's not overnight, as long as you're consistent with it. Like,
I'm not saying all of that. I'm saying, like, I just say, like, if you're ready to get to work, those are my exact words, then I'm confident we can do this.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know how long we've been talking.
I don't either, but let's talk about warm messaging really fast. Messaging people that you know. That's another question that I get. I actually have a message. I don't know how good it is, but I typed it up. I was just going to read it really fast.
I sent you some to your...
Oh, you did? I didn't read that. Here, I'll read one and then you can read one. And we can just show you kind of what we're sending out to people that we know and what we include. Okay. So, hey, girl, I just saw a picture of your kiddos and I cannot believe how big they're getting. It's seriously crazy. I know that you're staying home with them and I can't believe that I haven't messaged you about this sooner. I'm working from home right now and I'm trying to tell as many mamas as possible because it's been amazing for my family. I'm not sure if you're even looking for anything else right now, but if you're interested, I'd love to tell you all about it. I'm getting ready. Oh, I'm getting ready to earn a $500 bonus and about $600 a month, and I just started. It's crazy, and I'm so excited. So what would you say to some extra cash? It's a compliment sandwich. You want to start by giving them like a big compliment. Like, oh my gosh, I just saw your kids. I can't believe that, how big they're getting. Or, hey, I just saw that you went on an awesome vacation. Like, that is really cool. Or I just saw, pull something out. And then tell them what you're doing. Tell them a little bit about it. You don't have to shove it down their throat. Like I said, I'm like, I don't know if you're looking for anything else right now, but if you're interested, this is what I'm doing. And I would love to make you a part of it. But I like to keep it simple, short, sweet. That way, nobody's going to read it and they're going to be like, oh, look at that diary she just wrote me. People aren't looking to read a novel. Like Leah said, it's not a one-stop shop. You get the opportunity to message them more than once. So make sure that you are making it personal, make it thoughtful, but not overwhelming people. You don't need to give them all the details about the business in this one message.
Okay, this is kind of one that it's very, very similar, but I'll just go, and we can copy paste these too. Hey, how are you? Your family is so precious. It's been way too long since we chatted, but over the past few weeks of starting my journey with It Works, I've thought of you a couple times as someone who would be awesome at this. I know I hated being approached to sell things, but now on the other side of the fence, I'm really grateful for somebody passing this opportunity along to me. I just really had to message you. You're so open and friendly, and you have a wide network. Would it be okay if I sent you some info? So I think that's based on the message that I sent Jesse. And so that was like a real message that I used. And the line about like, I hated being approached to sell things was true. That was really me. I hated being approached to sell things. But now that I'm on the other side of the fence and I'm approaching you, like it was just my way of being like, I'm still real. I'm still me. But man, I changed my mind about this kind of thing because I think a lot of people do have walls up. So if you're able to just be real and be like, hey, like this might not be your thing, or I don't know if you're looking for anything, but it will break down their barrier a little bit. I think you're still you and you're still real. So
I agree. Okay, so we're going to post a couple of these messages in the thread as well, along with our opportunity video and Leah's video on, what was it? Lists. That's right. So we'll give you guys all of those resources and we'll put it all together. That way you guys can go through it. If you have any questions after watching this, make sure to just comment on there and we will make sure we answer them. So
one last thing, we were going to touch on, I think a lot of people have the question of, should I start a business page? Or when they start, they see that we do have business pages, so they immediately make one. And just wanted to give you our thoughts and opinions on that. Of course, it's your business and you can work it however you like. But with business pages on Facebook, as they are now, not one person is going to see the post unless if you pay money to boost it. And so really all that this whole call has been about is a way for you to work your business for free from your personal page.
We don't want you to feel like you have to spend money to make money.
Right. And it's really no different. It's just going to take more time and consistency, but at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it because anybody that we gain from a business page, we go through this whole process with them anyway. So if you're just friending people and finding new people that way, that's all it's really about, is expanding your network.
If we would have known to do this, if we would have known just to go out and send people friend requests, oh my God, like that's what we would have been doing all along. And that's what I'm doing a lot of now, like I said, with the groups, with the different things. And I'm also expanding my network that way. So don't feel like we are giving you the tips that we are actually using. I send 15 to 20 friend requests every single evening. And it's been amazing. I get people that ask me all the time, they're like, how do you get all those comments on your page? And I'm like, because it's people that are seeing my posts for the first time. I'm constantly expanding my network marketing.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, if you guys have any questions, just let us know. And everyone have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's do a high five.
No, it's.
Bye.
Bye for real.